What's guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're interacting to the 19th episode of Summer Spider. So what's this one's titled? I guess this is a class reunion, or that's what the title's meant to be. For some reason, Crunchyroll have managed to mess this up to the point where they've posted it under episode 20's title. So I already know what next week's title is because, well, Crunchyroll's messed it up. And that is This Isn't My Fault, is it? So I'm not sure where that's going, but class reunion time. I didn't actually get this last time, but it makes perfect sense, because we are on our way to the Elf Kingdom, right? Or the Elf Village, rather. No, it's not much of a kingdom, really. I don't think the elves really have that much standing. Like, they are a major player, but they're not really, like, huge, really. They're quite self-contained. But who knows how big this village is, honestly. It could be, like, a massive sprawling area that they just call a village to stay humble to their roots. I don't know. But considering that Orca said that they have a bunch of the reincarnations, how many did she say? I think it was double digits, like 10 or 11, somewhere around that mark of the reincarnations are gathered there at the village. And that, I believe her when we say that they're at the village, because with the bits we got with Potimus, who is already dead at this point in their timeline, but not in the 15 years back timeline that we're in, just remembering which timeline it is, Potimus was looking for the reincarnations. To what end, we don't know, but he was intentionally gathering reincarnations. Probably why he's got people after Sophia. And Nameless obviously is like, oh, they're trying to harm Sophia. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not. There's a lot of mystery around Orca, and therefore the elves in general. We're not going to get the answers from Potimus himself, obviously, because he's dead. So unless we get it in a flashback, maybe, or in Kumiko's timeline at least. But it seems odd that the reincarnations are just being gathered there. Like, if Orca was older and in a position of power, which I guess to an extent she is, kinda, sorta, kinda, I'd easily believe her more if she was, like, the leader of the elves. Like, she could have passed that information on to her dad. Whether the dad would actually believe her or not, I don't know. And then what his purpose with them is, I don't know. That's where there's potential for it to go a bit dark, I think. She said that 11 of them are safe. She said that 5 of them had died. If we're going to be super cynical, they might be the reason they're dead. Like, just to say, oh, these ones are no longer with us. Maybe that's what she's saying with, oh, what's her face? Who's the one that she said that was dying? Was it Wakaba? Was that who it was? Because that's who they're hinting Kumiko is. I can't remember who she said. I think it was, she said that Wakaba was dead. What episode was that? It's been so long ago. I don't even know when that was. Okay, episode 8. It's also informed Shun that Hiro is dead. So Hiro Wakaba, right? That was her name? So... yeah, Wakaba is dead, apparently. So, yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. I think the lie of that might come out this episode, just because class reunion, we're actually going to be at the village. Now's the time to start telling the truth and being honest with us now that we're actually here. That seems likely, because Orca's been hiding too much this entire time, and has been diverting it so much that I'm surprised Shun and the group haven't really been trying to press her more, because it's like, that's so obviously suspicious. I guess they still have a respect for her, knowing that she is their teacher to an extent, and maybe that boundary hasn't really been lessened in their time as reincarnations. So maybe they don't want to question a authority figure to them. But I feel like they should be a bit more inquisitive about what the hell's going on with her. But anyway, they don't really seem to be too inquisitive as to why they got reincarnated in the first place either, now that I think about it. Shun's the only one that's really getting anywhere. That's because he's getting these weird-ass dreams of, I think, the goddess, as well as dreaming of Spooky, which is potentially hinting, because he was thinking of the girl Sophia that was helping Hugo, and then the dream took him to Spooky. So he's starting to get some answers through his dreams. Now, why he's getting them through dreams, I don't know. Is that the Nightmare's vestige influence? I don't know. Or if there's more at play. I guess we'll see. But whilst all this is going on, we now know the three main factions that are at play here. We've got the Word of God Church, which is led by the Pontiff Dustin, who is kind of under the thumb of Hugo. Whether he has much autonomy or not, we don't really know at this point. But Hugo definitely has influence over Dustin. So that makes us an antagonistic force to Shun's party. We then have, obviously, the Demon Lord and her armies, who are obviously a huge player in this. And then we have the Elves and Potimus, which is kind of diminished now because Potimus is already dead, but was concerned that the others might catch on to the fact he was collecting the reincarnations. Dustin notices what Potimus is doing, but has no idea why. I don't think he really understands the idea of the reincarnations. Maybe that's some information he'll learn from like Hugo or something. Who knows? But yeah, it's nice to see all these different factions, and I think that with the whole Word of God and the Goddess religion, Word of God wants you to accrue skills and get closer to the Word of the Goddess, who's like the one that says you've leveled up and all that stuff. And then you have the Goddess religion, which is all about giving those skills away to the Goddess. I thought there was some sort of cyclical thing there, but why would the Goddess be the one to bestow skills? She's not really the system admin. If anything, the system admin is D, who gave the skills to Kumiko and stuff, so unless they're saying the Goddess and D are technically the same person, which I don't think is true, I don't think they're the same person necessarily, but the skills going to the Goddess, to what end does that actually benefit? Well, it is the Goddess who announces the acquiring of skills as like an announcer, but I don't know where that entire relationship is. It feels like there's a cycle there. Bestow skills, give up skills. Bestow skills, give up skills. It feels like there's a purpose to that, you know? Like, feels like almost feels like an engine trying to turn in its own weird way. Feels like they're trying to accomplish something. You know? I don't know. I feel like there's more there that we'll probably get into, hopefully this season? That's my main concern about this season, is we don't have much time left. We've got, 6 episodes left total, including this one, so we've got 5 more after this. It's not a lot of time. I really, really hope that they've already got a confirmation for Season 2 as soon as this season ends. Because I think they need it, because I think as anime-onlys, will be a little disappointed about the lack of main story progression in that sense. Maybe. I don't know. These last 6 episodes are really going to influence how I feel about this show, because right now, I could honestly rate this show anywhere from a 6 to a 9.5. This show's never getting a 10. And I think 9.5 is extremely generous. It'd have to have a really crazy finale for me to get that. So it's more like a 6 to a 9. Nice. But it could fall anywhere in there, just with how these last episodes go. That's just how all over the place my feeling of this show is. And like I said last time, certain episodes I'm super into, and I can go for like 50 minutes talking about it. Some episodes I'm done after half an hour. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just want to move on. So hopefully this one's going to be the former, and I actually want to talk about it. But I guess we'll see. Kumiko is now being worshipped as the divine beast to the goddess because of our healings and things like that. So we're kind of establishing ourselves with these people, which might draw some bad attention, quite possibly. But yeah, I don't know if it's one of those things where if you believe something enough and enough people want it to be, that it becomes real. Like, I don't know if necessarily D will look at this and be like, because Kumiko was just like, oh, it'd be nice if I had this, and then she got given it by D for some reason. I wonder if everyone in this village worshipping her as a divine beast would make D think like, oh yeah, you can be a divine beast, that's fine. I don't know if it's going to work like that. It'd be funny as hell if she just ends up being the divine beast. Because what would that mean to the Demon Lord? Because she's the ancient divine beast. What happens if a new divine beast takes over? I guess a new divine beast has to take over eventually, so Anyway, there's a lot to unpackage in this show, and I'm very excited. So we're gonna load up as per usual. These are tire-based format reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture and pitch, you can go to my Patreon down description below. £4 a month gives you access to all picture and picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as World Trigger, Lock Horizon Season 2, and Symphonia G, which have gone up the past couple of days. We also have movie reactions with Kiki's Livery Service coming out today. In fact, straight after this show. But if you're watching this, like in all likelihood, the movie's probably going to be up by now. So go check that one out. Kiki's Livery Service. I'm very excited to check that out. It's my first Ghibli movie that I'm watching on the channel, and by far the oldest movie I think I've ever watched. Full stop. So quite excited to see how it holds up necessarily. But here on YouTube we do timer based. So bottom left of the screen you'll see a timer for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. And play start the episode. I start the episode, and we should be in sync. We'll watch this one on Crunchyroll as per usual since they're the ones who licensed it. No logos or anything. We're just going to be straight into the episode, looking at Kumoko's not so cute face, as she's perceived by the rest of the world. But you can use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioned. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Yep, we're being worshipped. 3 times, Jesus. That old lady looks so creepy. Oh my god, they've got banners and everything up. I mean, you basically are. Wow. Wow. Please be merch. Please be real merch that is going to be sold. I mean, it looked too good. Uh-huh. I mean, yeah. Oh, boy. We need human communication. OP time. I guess it's a class reunion. Yeah, we still need to answer the question of Mother and now Ariel with our parallel minds. What happens when we do finish eating their minds? Like, what happens? It's like, it is a good idea in theory. Eat their mind. But what happens past that? Okay, walking away like that is just... We still haven't had a proper fight with Ariel yet either. I feel like that's got to be, if not the big final fight of the series, it's got to be at least the build up to it. I hope there is a build up to a big final fight, because kind of needs it. All right, where are we? Who are we with? We're with the humans. Okay. Nice. Nice. Right. Here we are. And of course, immediately met. That makes sense. Okay. Who the hell is this? Wait, what? Wait, what? Huh. Press X to doubt. Press X to doubt. Hmm. Phew. Mm-hmm. That is. This shot is very weird. A, that was a very weird shot to completely block his face with hair like that. Hmm. More of the focus, I guess, was on Orca's expression, but there was no real expression to show. Yeah. Thank you. Finally, someone says it. Mm-hmm. Very good chance. Uh-huh. Glad someone's finally questioning her. Took long enough. Apparently. Jesus. Is there really a village in there at that point? Seems quite inefficient. Well, what about something more? He must have something up his sleeve. Or he could just find the actual entrance. Hmm. If it's so well known. Oh, this is just the area. I guess it has to be out of the way of the rest of the elves then. Especially if the rest of the elves are not so amicable to humans. Victims? Huh? Huh? This isn't just like a joking part of a character, this is genuine. Yeah, always the biggest surprise. I don't think anyone would have expected it, really. So who are you? Okay. Class rep, okay. Uh, Actually, having a decent reunion out of it. What has happened here? Maybe the confinement of keeping them here and not allowing them to go anywhere? Hmm. It's getting more and more suspicious as time goes on. Hmm. It would actually be nice if they did like a fade or some form of flash to their real life faces as well. And again, we didn't really get to know their real life faces anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? These are all characters I'm gonna forget immediately. 13 total. Okay. Yep. Shut that down immediately. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They don't want you here in the first place. Stop diverting. Yeah, how do we all get here? Oh, that explains why Sophia was being chased by the elf so much as well, yeah. Hmm. Implying even more. Hmm. Hmm. Most. Right. Thank you for the list, I guess. I mean, yeah. Yeah, they won't. Yeah. So if you harbored it, you're an accomplice to that. Mm. I think the worry is perfectly justified. If it decides to just snap one day, that's it. You don't have a choice. Optimus? Oh boy. He wants Sophia here. Yes. He just appraised her. Hmm. Actually didn't. Making assumptions. Yeah. Is that Ariel? Oh, it was. She's speeding up. Still there. Really weak. Uh huh. Yeah, it's still going. Going back to the sanctum. Hello, mother. It's one big mama. uh, okay. We got too cocky. Jesus. Home field advantage. Oh. uh, mm-hmm. Hello. Hmm. What is this? What is this? This is so dumb. Oh, they haven't just been destroying. We've been leeching it. Okay. And since they're us. Oh boy. Jesus. Okay, so that's been the main benefit of eating her minds. Not only have we been taking her stats, we've been leeching our stats. Level 24. Cool. It's a lot. So many titles as well. Fucking 20k health, 30k MP. I mean, you are now. Yeah, we should probably just win. Just gonna kill her here. Jesus Christ. Right. Mm-hmm. So we're starting to drain her skills and stuff. Well, yeah. Wow. Body Brain will be back eventually, I'm sure. Okay, good episode. I'm sure Body Brain will be back. Unless she has a way of dealing with an internal attack of the mind like that. Her stats should also be leeched now. We do have an after credit scene here, so stick around for that. Alright, after credits, here we go. Oh, she's back. Who's that? Why is she 3D CG right now? What? Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Jesus, okay. Okay. This isn't my fault, is it? I'm going to guess that this isn't my fault, is it? It's going to be referring to Kumiko, who's going to return back to the village and see probably, what was it? Was it Oats? Was that the name of the kingdom? I need to. Okay, someone left a comment on like some of these names and stuff to help me get these because I'm still a little confused about the Empire and things like that. Where is? I remember the comments. Where's the show? Let's find the show first of all. I think it was it Vash who posted this as well? Yeah, so Vash. So Oats is okay, so yeah, Small Wealthy Kingdom. They're the ones that lost the fort from the Nightmare Labyrinth breaking out. We then had Karen County, which is where we are right now with Sophia. He's the Lord, she's the daughter of the Lord, and Oates is currently threatening Karen. Essentially, is like, give up that monster. We want that's our problem. We want to exact revenge. So they'll probably frame it against Karen County, saying you're harboring a monster that poses a danger to us. Therefore, you're a danger to us. Therefore, we must crush you. That seems to be where that's going. So this is my fault, isn't it? Might be Kumiko realizing that her presence there has brought this war to them. Which might be true. I mean, would Oats have invaded? Hang on, there was a bit last episode, I think. I guess it depends, because I think they said something about the history between those two and how they weren't exactly on friendly terms to begin with. But I feel like this is like the straw that broke the camel's back. But I think this probably would have happened regardless of whether Kumiko had done that to the outpost or not. But yeah, I wonder. And then you've got Holy Kingdom, Regular Kingdom. Yeah. Yeah, so the Holy Kingdom is one with Dustin as the Pontiff. And they're the ones that support Word of God and everything else. That anti-taboo, anti-goddess. I feel like the taboo aspect of that kind of wasn't. I feel like that kind of became like a side thing almost. Like it's just a thing. It's like, oh, they disagree with anything that has the taboo skills. Essentially, it was kind of just implied. So obviously they'd be against probably most of the demon side. They would probably be against. They would be against. What's her face? Where is she? Faye. Probably be against Faye just because of that. Killing her own king got her a taboo title, or a taboo level, I should say. So that would cause a problem. What was the name of the girl that was a worshipper of the Word of God? Was it? Okay, so it's Urine. That was her. Saint candidate. Yeah, she's not relevant right now. I assume she will be eventually. I'm sure she's going to come back to be a problem, probably, if anything. So who was his... Okay, who is this dragon's master? The one you seek is powerful enough to slay our kin. Talking about Kumiko. She's earned more than to simply be exterminated by you. I will obey my master's commands, but he has never explicitly forbidden opposing you. So who is your master? He. Who do we have as a male important character on this side of the story? Someone that would be at least equal or rivaling Ariel. What male characters have we actually seen? I'm running a blank here. I don't even know who the hell this master could be. I'm just trying to think who we've met that's like actually high up important and a guy on the, well, not necessarily the Demon Lord's side. Hang on. Let me go back, because that color scheme kind of, the black gold, red and white. Your kind getting involved was violating our agreements. So I guess the Taratex and the dragons, I guess, have like a bit of a difference. I mean, if there's a divine beast for, or at least an ancestral beast for Taratex and the origin of Taratex, I assume there is an origin beast for dragons, an origin beast for all the other like monsters and such that we would potentially encounter. So I guess there is an equivalent to Ariel here that is for the dragon side. Maybe that's who he's referring to as his master. I don't know. I feel like that might be where they're going with it. But they are implying the divine beast should make way for the new. And Kumiko is kind of becoming a divine beast at this point. She's got all the stats from Mother. I wonder if Ariel was able to deal with the mind attack from Body Brain or not. Because she seemed to not understand how that was even possible. Because it wasn't exactly like a skill that was used or anything like that, and that's what kind of confused her. So I'm wondering if she has managed to either stop it, just suppress it so it's not a problem anymore, because otherwise Body Brain could come back with a huge uptick in stats. But with our new stats now, when did we fight? Or when did we ever get a chance to appraise Ariel? We did, didn't we? What episode was that? If anyone can remember what episode we appraised Ariel and what her general stat levels were, I'm going to assume she's way above like 20k stats for the most part. She's probably going to be like 60k or maybe even triple figures in the thousands, probably, if I had to guess. But I know we've seen that at some point. I just don't remember what episode it is, and I'm not going to scroll through several episodes trying to find it just for this. But yeah, I'm wondering how close we managed to make the gap now that we're in the 20s, in the 20k area. Anyway, yeah, what the Elf Village and Potimus is sus as fuck. Like, he just is. The fact that he's alive is sus as fuck. I'm willing to believe that he probably survived. I'm willing to believe that, but that honestly concerns me that he has that ability like that. And the general animosity between Orca and the rest of the reincarnations, I get because they've been kidnapped and imprisoned here and not allowed to go out and freely live their lives. But why? Why feel the need to do that? Surely there's enough form of communication magic in this world that you could just find them, meet them, check up on them, establish a connection, and then just keep tabs on them. Why go all through the length of kidnapping them in some cases, and containing them here at the Elf Village? Why bother with that? I guess it is safest for them not to run into any risks. And she's seemed vehemently against them gaining skills. Particularly Hugo, obviously. But she seemed very against the gaining of skills. Which is not really either faction. One of the god wants to try and accrue skills. The other one, the goddess religion, isn't necessarily against you gaining skills. They want you to gain skills so you can give them up, right? So to have a side where you just don't want to gain skills at all is kind of new and weird. Interesting. I'm still trying to think more about that. I want to know more about Orca and Potimus, and I feel like maybe that's going to be the finale reveal for them. Maybe, on the human side of things. Because we are going to be spending some time here in the Elf Village now for a while. And then on Kumiko's side, obviously, it's going to be a fight with Ariel. Like, we're going to have a showdown with her. Like, a proper showdown, and see what actually ends up happening. I don't know how... I don't think we can necessarily defeat her right now. We'd have to hope for the... Well, my theory kind of went out of the window with the whole brain eating and replacing and becoming like a pilot thing. That theory kind of has died, unfortunately. But my theory of Kumiko becoming Ariel at some points kind of has faded as well. Why would she willingly take on Ariel's visage doesn't seem likely. The idea that she is the white girl is just becoming more and more probable. But why would she be subservient to Ariel? Or seemingly subservient to Ariel? I don't know. They seem to have a weird relationship already, so... yeah, I'm kind of curious about that as well. Oh, there's so much. This is why I'm worried. There's so much to unpack, discover, learn, and see with this entire series. I don't think 5 episodes is enough to do that. And so I worry that the ending of this show is going to feel like a very mediocre end. I'm hoping the Ariel fight's going to be good. I don't have the greatest amount of confidence, though, in a big final fight of this show. I mean, they have been budget saving, so if they're going to do a big fight and make it look good, they've been saving enough to do it, because we haven't had a huge fight since... well, we've had some fights here and there for this half the season. I think it was the Araba fight was the last big one, and that was obviously the ending of the first half of the season before they went on a little week's break. So I'm hoping, I hope the Ariel fight's going to be good, because yeah, they kind of need it to be. But anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. This did end up being a longer one, so still in it for now. Don't forget to hit subscribe to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Spring 2021 lineup you can find here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.